Hey, this is Politics with Laura, and I got a good one for you today. Maxine Waters. Oh, yes. One of my subscribers asked me to do something on Maxine Waters because I did something on Stacey Abrams and some other people. And she was interested in my thoughts on Maxine Waters. Well, my thoughts aren't very good. And please make sure you watch the entire video because there's a lot of gems and jewels in there. And just pay attention to the twist. I think she's a Coonigus. You can figure that one out for yourself. Maxine Waters has been in office way too long, and in my opinion, from what I have seen over the years, is that she is more of a socialist communist than she is for the Constitution of this country. She says one thing, but her actions show something different. And and this is the one that really gets me. And Maxine Waters has twists. She has a twist. That's her. She skids away whenever it comes to her answering a direct question or whenever she's twisting to another thing. Now, watch her. Watch her closely because she's really slick with it. However, some of these Republicans, how can I say, they have unveiled her true intentions. I mean, she went straight down to high school. I asked you a question. Well, I'm asking you a question. Oh, she deflected, and wouldn't answer a question. But I digress. Now, as far as Maxine Waters, I think she needs to step down. She is the old gatekeeper, and they need somebody new. She needs to go home, spend time with her grandchildren, knit, do something, but she needs to take a break. She has done enough already. First, if anyone, any Republican were to do what Maxine Waters did, oh my goodness, there'll be more than Donald Trump indictments. You can't make this stuff up. Just watch this. Fair use, fair use. This is Maxine Waters inciting people to go harass and attack other folks. Just take a look. Let's listen.
We can't protect the children. We can't protect anybody. If you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome.
That right there would have never gone if that were Donald Trump doing that. Saying, oh, if you see Maxine Waters or anyone in the Democratic Party, get them in a gas station, kick them out of restaurants. Really? I remember Huckabee Sanders. She was oh my goodness, the press secretary. And I got to say, she was good at it. She was. But now she's a governor of, what is it, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Arkansas, one of those states down there. But however, she had Democratic voters, constituents that harassed her, her family, her child out of a restaurant because she worked for Donald Trump. Now, we seem to forget there are two parties. You're either Republican or Democrat. They're the two major ones, or you could be Green Party, Independent, flying over the cuckoo's nest? I don't know. I'm just saying. But however, that's what she did. You heard her. It came out of her own mouth. If that were Donald Trump, they will be calling for him to be arrested and thrown underneath the jail. But since it's Maxine Waters, it's okay. She gets a pass. To me, Maxine Waters has different faces. Too many different faces. That's one. Oh my goodness. Now here, denouncing socialism. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Just watch. Oh my goodness. She does a lot of deflection and twisting in this one.
I would think that this would be the most bipartisan bill. And the fact that this isn't passing on suspension just says everything about my friends across the aisle, that you can't condemn socialism. I mean, in your opening remarks, you were talking about Putin, Kim Jong-un, and Xi. You know what they all have in common, right?
Trump.
Trump? North Korea, China, and Russia?
He loves Kim Jong-un.
That's quite the intellectual leap. I would say communism. Would you like to denounce any communist leaders?
Here comes a twist. Here comes a twist. It's coming.
Well, I don't know what you're asking, but let me just. The leader of the Republican Party, Donald Trump, has made often glowing, described authoritarians like Kim Jong-un, who is condemned in the resolution. Regarding North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, Trump said Kim wrote me beautiful letters, and they're great letters, and we fell in love. You sure you want to hear the rest of this?
Yeah, I can go through some atrocities, and you can say if you agree with them or not. You can choose to denounce them if you'd like to go down that.
Now keep in mind, she right here is only focusing on Trump when he's focusing on actual communist leaders. And she's saying that Trump is a communist because he simply gave a compliment to Kim Jong-un. Now keep in mind, he has a different relationship with Kim Jong-un than Maxine Waters does, because they negotiate on the international level, not her. She makes laws. But just watch for the twist.
Path we can. What would you like to do?
Well, I would like to condemn this resolution and ask that we all give attention to the very short time that we have to do the people's work and pull it back and not even go any further with it. Why don't you just redraw it?
All right, so Mao Zedong is responsible for between 15 million and 55 million people starving to death, with a great leap forward in the Cultural Revolution. Do you denounce that, yes or no?
But Trump loves him.
Yes or no?
That's your leader.
Do you denounce the genocide,
Deflection,
starvation
Trump
of
is your
communist
leader.
China?
He speaks for you. He says he loves him. You ought to
Okay,
deal
so
with that.
you're refusing to denounce the starvation of 15 to 55 million people in communist China.
Yep.
You're refusing to do that.
Sir, I'm a capitalist, okay?
She is not a capitalist. Again, she is not a capitalist. I got a video showing proof that she's talking about communism through SEG. Now, I did a video about that before. Pay attention. Listen for the twist. The twist is coming. She's never going to answer it. She's never going to say, I denounce communism. I denounce this person. I denounce that person. Watch what she does and see how defiant she becomes. Oh, my goodness.
I don't support anything but serving the people of this
All right,
country.
I know this is your phrase, but reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time.
It's your time. You got it.
Thank you. All right, would you like to, and that's a no, you refuse to denounce that. Stalin, tens of millions died in the Bolshevik Revolution. Millions died in gulags. Do you want to denounce that?
I'm sorry. I don't deal with yes or no questions.
Oh,
Okay,
my
well,
God.
why don't
Did you hear that? The arrogance. I don't deal with yes or no answers. The arrogance, but guess what? She never answered it. And as far as her putting the American people first, look at her track record. Look at this country now. She was for open borders. She's a capitalist, right? And I am Meghan Markle. The only thing that we may have in common is a color. That's about it. You can't make this stuff up. You truly can't.
You explain your support
No,
of
why don't
Stalin.
you explain it?
I'm asking you the question. Do you want to denounce that or not?
I told you in the beginning of this resolution that I discussed
All right,
what
so
I
again,
think we
you're
ought to be doing.
so again,
But
you're
when you
refusing
tell
to denounce
me,
Joseph
like
Stalin.
we're in the kindergarten class, yes or no, I don't do that.
Okay. Again, for the record.
Again, I don't do that. Kindergarten class. She has not answered the question. Defiant. Defiant.
You're refusing to denounce Joseph Stalin. Let's go to Pol Pot, the killing fields of Cambodia. Do you want to denounce that? I'm giving you the opportunity.
Your Republican leader, Donald Trump, is friends with, supports Putin, Kim Jong-un.
Okay, this is outrageous. Now, there is a huge difference between being on friendly terms to keep from going to war, to negotiate, to do business with these countries on an economical level. He's asking her, do you denounce these systems? And she's turning around and saying, oh, well, Donald Trump, he's friends with Kim Jong-un, and he gave Putin a compliment, and he gave Joseph Stalin a high five on when he was sleeping and he was dreaming. He gave him a high five. This is ridiculous.
He loves him, and he led this country in being basically undermined by January 6th, including not only his leadership in telling his supporters to go after our own police officers here and use the American flag, many of them.
Oh, keep in mind, you just heard what she said about sending her supporters after Donald Trump, his staff, anyone who works with him. If somebody is mowing the lawn, get them too. And then she has the nerve to say, oh, well, don't. She's twisting, but she never answers the question. I'm not going to go too much longer because I have some more to prove my case.
To damage and to harm, and I haven't heard one denouncement from anybody on the Republican side. Nobody has denounced that, what happened on January 6th. Are you afraid of Trump? Do you agree?
She's afraid of the question. She hasn't answered it as of yet. And throwing Trump in the mix, doesn't help her matters any.
With Trump, ask him the questions. Don't ask me.
Okay, so just to be clear, I asked you a question about Pol Pot, and you started talking about the former president. Again, do you denounce the killing fields of Cambodia or not? It's a simple question.
You know that you're simply playing politics. You understand what this resolution is all about. Don't ask me silly questions. I told you, I'm a capitalist. I'm not like Donald Trump. I'm not like Republicans who claim to support this democracy, but at the same time refuses to condemn those who attempted to destroy this democracy. You need to talk.
Okay, firstly, because this right here is really hurting my ears. This is hurting my ears. My ears is beginning to bleed. Now, she is a lawmaker. She makes laws, and she's talking about a democracy while upholding the Constitution. The Constitution says nothing about democracy. When the Democrats are trying hard to bring democracy in fully, it will become completely communism. Now that we have our money, and I'm not going to deviate too quickly, let me go back to this. Now that the Federal Reserve, which is not even a part of the United States, it's a private bank owned by a handful of people that loan this country money. Yeah, okay. Yeah, democracy. Okay, right. She's a communist.
With your leader, Donald Trump, about what he's doing, why he loves Putin so much, why he loves Kim Jong-un so much. You ask him the questions.
So it's quite amazing. I've asked you to denounce Mao Zedong. I've asked you to denounce Joseph Stalin.
I asked you
and
to
Pol
denounce.
Pot, and you wouldn't denounce
I
any
asked
of
you
them.
to denounce Donald Trump.
Okay. You're
I
making
asked
quite,
you to
you're,
denounce
you're
Donald
making
Trump.
quite the intellectual leap. I'm talking
I
about
asked
genocide
you
and
to
mass
denounce
starvation.
Donald Trump.
Most definitely, she's making an intellectual leap, and she's still talking about Donald Trump, and it only proves my case more, which brings me to the next video that she's in, to where she's talking about ESG, the economical, social, and corporate governance, which will be going through Department of Labor, that they have put into action. This is Maxine Waters and her cohort bill they're putting in, and Republicans are fighting against it. You can't make this stuff up. You truly can't.
Congresswoman, thank you for joining us. You know, ESG has
I'm
become
delighted to be with you. Thank you.
Before we go any further, doesn't she look like that she just took her mug shot? Doesn't she look like she just got arrested and they took her picture? My goodness. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's become a dirty word for corporate America. It's gotten so politicized.
It certainly has gotten politicized, and it's unfortunate because it's inevitable that everyone is going to have to participate in dealing with the environmental crisis, social activity, and of course, corporate governance. And so even if...
Before I go any further, remember ESG. Now, you heard her say that she is a capitalist. Everything that she said is dealing with socialism and bringing in communism, because she's talking about the environment, she's talking about the social, and then she's talking about the corporate governance, which will govern everything through the Department of Labor, which is a government plan economy, which is communism. Maxine Waters, the twist. Just admit that you support all the people that gentleman said and asked that you were throwing in Donald Trump, and you have never said one thing about you denounce it. You are basically a treasonous politician because you're not upholding the Constitution. What you're upholding is your will that you want to change the Constitution. Don't believe me. You heard her. You see, look at the state of the United States. Look at it. Overrun with illegal immigrants that have no legal standing, but is able to receive benefits that it's only for people that are legal, naturalized citizens and citizens born in this country. But you have people that cross the border, came in, said, "Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'll come back. You have an ID, food stamp card, Medicaid, a place to live, and a check." Come on now. Are you saying that you don't see this? The different faces of Maxine Waters, but she isn't the only one. I'm trying not to get upset. All right.
These attempts to deny or to delay are taking place, in the final analysis, we're going to have ESG. And so, yes, we're paying a lot of attention to it. We're going to fight back against these attempts to deny or destroy the whole idea of environmental, social, and governance. But we have to do it in order to save.
You see that? Hearings through July target on regulatory oversight, proxy advisory firms, less focus on banks and managers. Oh, man.
This planet.
So what do you have in mind? What sort of legislation?
We're developing legislation, and one of the things I have in mind is transparency. We have some companies who are, doing their own type of data collection and analysis, and we want to know what it is. We want to see what it is they are coming up with. In addition to that, we have the data by third parties that is being developed, and we want to have access to that, and we want corporate America to have access to that so that they could use this data to make good decisions with.
You heard a lot right there. She said a whole lot. Welcome to communism. All right. So you were able to see Maxine Water in her twist here, twist there. Let me see if I can bring up that skid mark. She was skidding all over the place. She most definitely did those skid marks. She went, doing a twist there and a twist there. She was twisting. So, this is my answer to you. Maxine Waters, in my opinion, is helping other Democrats like AOC, Ilhan Omar, Talia Rashid, some other Democrats to bring in socialism, communism. Because actually, if you really want to be honest about it, we're already in full swing of it. All of our schools is basically socialist. You go to the university, you have socialist professors, and they're all about indoctrinating and not teaching you. And I would say you better be very careful what school you send your child to, because the stuff that they're teaching, it has no marketable skills. I mean, heck, math is racist, science is racist, all this foolish stuff that they come up with. What are they going to do? Produce what? What type of society do they want? People who can't think and scream, "Oh, socialist!" I mean, this math is racist. No, 2 plus 2 is 4. When you put $2 and $2 in the bank, you better have $4. But they don't want you to count because it's racist, so they could take your money. But I digress. I hope I answered your question, and if you like my content, please like, subscribe. Also, I'm on Instagram, Politics with Laura 1. And if you would like to donate to my channel, I could always accept donations on my other channel, Big Girl Diary. As you see right here, Cash App, PayPal. Help me out to get some equipment that I need to get so I can go mobile and go to other places so I can see politicians and just get in their face and interview them. Oh yeah, that's what I like to do. But on that note, I want to thank you for stopping by.